if you're not going 100% on something, it's gonna show when the real person who come up next to you who actually do 100% at it. Cat Williams said when the Chrysler 300 first came out, everybody thought it was a Phantom until an actual Phantom pulled up, and then motherfuckers was like, "Oh man."
What are you doing today that makes you better than the person you were yesterday? That is part of the Ascension brand. That is the motto, the heart of what we stand for. When I pass away, I want people to know. I want people to remember me. Not for the time that I've spent on this planet, but for the things that I have done to contribute to society. My mama raised a loser, but I broke the chains. I wasn't made to be a player, I was made to build a game.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Dirty Trunk Podcast, where the elephant is always welcome. It is me, your boy Marcus Morton. Always here with me is the AJ McMullen. But before we get started, please trample over that like and subscribe button, because we do this for y'all, because we love y'all, and we just want to give y'all the motivation to be better than y'all were yesterday. How are we doing, Mac?
Bruh, it just hit me out of nowhere too. Like, I'm just sitting up here waiting for you. It got quiet in here. I turned on the video and everything, and like nothing was helping. Nothing was helping. It's almost like every inch of my body was weighed down by a boulder. Like, bruh, I don't know what that is.
That moment of serenity where everything is just still. Your body's like, all right, we done for the day. It does its check. You good? You good over there? All right, shutting down. Hit that emergency stop button and you just go. Oh
So,
man.
in the vein of the podcast, you know, keeping everything true to the brand. I recently watched a video of what it looks like when people are crushed by the weight of an elephant.
Okay.
It ain't no joke.
All right, you have to explain that a little bit. What you mean by that?
Bro, it was just a video of some dude. He was messing with the elephant. He was just kind of standing next to it, and the elephant just turned around and snapped on him, and just was like, "Yep, this is your last minute, man." And he folded my man up like a noodle, bro. Like, it was terrible.
Come on.
It was terrible. So, you know, we say that at the end of every episode, you know, doomed to be crushed by the weight of it. And, you know, as I was watching that joint, I felt some type of way, like, damn, bro, like I'm getting crushed by my own elephant right now, bro. It's like, it's wild.
That's pretty interesting. Because it's crazy. Because all right, we used elephant in that vein, right? Getting crushed by elephant when. And I don't know how truth it is, but you know they say elephants are, you know, supposed to be afraid of a mouse or whatever like that, right? But to be that big and be that gentle of a creature, you know, it makes that saying even more impactful. You know what I mean? Because like when you get crushed by the weight of an elephant, like you get in that instance of that video you seen, it was that man's fault. I'm pretty sure it was that man's fault. Because how you not see that big joker coming? And it's like you see and hear that thing before it gets
The elephant
in.
was on the leash, if that's any consolation. So it wasn't like a wild elephant. It was like one of the joints that was in captivity.
Even more impactful, because that's literally that man's elephant. Like you said, you know, getting crushed by your own elephant. We feed that thing, we nurture that thing, and it's your fault.
It could have been planned too, but I doubt it. It was a grown ass elephant, bro. It was.
It wasn't like a baby that you could like just
that joint was
full grown, matured.
Yeah, it was mammal swine big. I gotta stop using Pokemon references, fam. That shit's wild.
I mean,
ain't nobody gonna know what that means.
I mean, Pokemon is out. It's been out long enough for old heads and young heads alike to know what it is.
I mean, maybe, but when you say a name of an individual joint,
okay, yeah,
it's a little bit of a different story.
You're right. Cause I remember, who was it? It was somebody. Somebody was trying to name them jokers off to me, and I'm just like, who? He's like, but you played that generation. And I'm like, okay. I played the generation. Don't mean I sat there, taught them all, and memorized all the names, what types, and not know.
Bro, I know all of them.
I can do it.
Whether I played it or not, I know all of them.
I'm just here for the colors and my favorite moves. My roster looks the same throughout it. Each new one. And give me a ghost type, ghost flying. That protects me from certain moves and earthquake. Yep. Especially
so let me guess, Gengar.
Oh yeah. Gengar and Drifloon. Always got a Gengar and a Drifloon in there, dog.
Oh God, that's the worst.
Drifloons are tanks, bro. Don't sleep on Drifloon.
I'll take a Dusknoir over either one of those.
Come on. All right.
What are we doing, bro? What's happening right now?
Nerding out just a little bit, but we're gonna reel it back. We're reeling it back. How you been, man? I know we've been tired. If y'all didn't know, we're on here at 10:27 p.m.
Dark. It's after dark, and not it is after dark, not the before dark. But nah, man, I've been straight, man, for the most part. Like, just dealing with the challenges of dealing with the challenges of not being able to do things the way that I want to do things. One of the biggest issues that we're dealing with right now was that I'm the only one working right now, so finances is looking a little weird in a sense of, and I don't know how this works, but bro, did you know banks don't honor commissions based pay until after you worked at a job for 2 years?
What that mean, Mac? Hold on now.
So
don't tell me what I think you about to tell me. Go ahead.
So you know how I'm a salesman at my job.
Right.
I get paid a salary.
Mm-hmm.
If I didn't get paid a salary, because I get paid salary plus commissions, if I didn't get paid a salary, then essentially for the next year and a half, if I was to continue to work there, I wouldn't have an income that the bank will honor as actual income.
How does that work? Like you getting paid from some, like, so hold on, wait, that is all right. Salary, commissions. You made the sale. You get a percentage of that sale depending on how you. So that don't go straight to your pocket. That goes to the paycheck, pay stub, correct?
Oh yeah.
So if that's on documentation, where's the misconnection with the bank? Like here's the receipt. Clearly there's a receipt.
I mean, the bank clearly see it. It's just their rules, bro. They write their rules.
Alright, that's
They the ones write the rules.
insane.
Yeah. But anyway, I we as we are in the process of figuring out everything on my end, man, it's just it's been a few things that a few hiccups, a few roadblocks that we have come across, but I decided that I was going to change my focus of in the vein of some of the stuff that we were talking about, especially in the sense of acting like you got something valuable to put in front of people, man, and making yourself a value. And I'm eating my own cooking right now, and it feels a little weird, but I know it's going to be for the best in the long run. But it's a bit strange, man. Just putting everything out there in a way that people can digest it, even when it's not nowhere near ready. And I think that was something that it took a long time coming, but I just started that this week, and everything is I feel liberated for the most part, man. I've already cut out everything, all the other craziness that I would be doing to try to make myself known, or trying to make a name for myself. And I'm only focused on that one thing right now. So that part feels good, but at the same time I still got that job hanging over me. So we'll see how that go.
Okay. And explain that liberating feeling, like, because not a lot of people experience that in their lifetime. Uh, even people's like parents don't even know what that feeling is, where you literally cut out all the access, the noise, the constant,
Excess.
problems. Yeah, the constant problems and access in their life. And some people live their whole life with that baggage just weighing them down. But to release that off you and go forward with your bag, your talent, let's focus more on that, because
Yeah, man. Yeah, because it's like we all get into this little mindset where. And I think it all started where I said, we was gonna put 10,000 hours on the free 10,000 hours of free content on the internet in the year. What was that, 2021? I said that, and we were gonna put 10,000 hours of content on the internet. And I was just kind of like in this mindset of, get it by any means necessary. We ended up having like, I think it was 4 YouTube channels at the end of that year. Yeah, we had 4 YouTube channels. We were making content every week on every single one of them. I was selling books, or I was still in the process of writing a book at that time. We were working towards the release and everything. But we had our hands in a lot of different pots and a lot of different avenues at the beginning. And I just kind of ran with that. I kept that same formula. Obviously we kept doing the podcast. Of course, that's what you're watching here right now today. Thank you for watching. But we continued that. We continued we continued to hate the brand, obviously, because that can't go nowhere. Then everything else on top of that. So I got to a point where everything else on top of that was more of a hindrance than anything else. So like, even though it was stuff that I wanted to do, or stuff that I was passionate about doing, I realized that it was time to prioritize what's really important. And, we kind of talked about that on a previous episode, but um, I got to a point where I was battling with myself of like, what is it that you're going to do with this? It was like, especially with Iron Titan. Like Iron Titan was my baby for a while. And my plans were a lot different when I started the Iron Titan channel back last year, around last spring. And I planned on getting me a fleet of bikes and renting them all out and using the Iron Titan brand to make the bikes pay for themselves and stuff like that. And I was still ready to do it, real willing and ready to do it. But my plans changed since then. So as they always do for some reason. But I realized that my plans changed because I keep coming up with new stuff to weigh myself down with. And I got to a point finally where I was just like, yo, I'm tired of all this extra weight. It's time to hit the gym. So I cut that dead weight off, man. And here's the thing, like it wasn't even dead weight. Like I was still battling. Like even up until like as recent as today, like this morning, I was battling with the thought of going back to start Iron Titan and working on that. Like I'd always been in that headspace of battling, going back and forth of doing that stuff, man. And I was just like, yo, you can't do that to yourself no more, man. Like you stretching yourself way too thin. Just let it go, man.
And I feel that because it's easy to be scatterbrained with great ideas, especially when you're like, let's be real. When you're a dreamer, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like you come up with so much great stuff, and I wouldn't call any of that, dead weight. Uh, it might weigh you down, yes, because you need to, well, people in general need to focus on one thing until they master that thing to where you just wake up, eat, breathe, sleep that subject or that thing, and then you can move on to something else. It's not to say that you'll never be
Right.
have Iron Titan up under your belt, but it's not it's time to get off the ground. And
Right.
it's not to say you meet somebody down the road that can do that 24/7 and they be like, hey, let's collab, or you got the platform, or you got the whatever. We can meet up every now and then, every weekend, take a ride, just relax, and then boom, you got something you could do as a hobby, as a side thing, or whatever, on top of your main thing. It's just
Right.
how you rearrange your plate or whatever. Everything is good for you in proportions. Having it all at one
Yeah.
time that's gluttonous, and that'll hurt. That'll get you hurt. We talk about the weight of the elephant. That'll definitely put some weight on you.
hmm Being gluttonous at this time period doesn't result in anything but spending a lot of time spinning wheels in a lot of different categories and not moving nowhere.
Facts.
Like, and
Stuck
that's
in
where
that
I was
hole.
at, man. Cause like, and I remember recording one video one time, and I like while I was out on the bike, and I said something about my writing, and I was just like, yo, like just saying even in the video, like, yo, I could actually be at home writing right now instead of riding. And yeah, I thought about that for a while after the fact. And then I started hearing about, everybody, the Kobe's of the world, the Steve Harveys of the world talking about your plan A and get off this plan B stuff. And I'm like, yo, y'all right. Y'all right. Like this is like I can always come back to this. Like I'm not that old that I can't just come back to it later. Alyssa, she got on my head one time because I'm just like, yo, like what if I what if I'm too old to swing my leg over a bike by the time we get back to this? And then it was like, yo, you literally know people who are still riding today and they're like 60 something. Like, so what are you doing with that idea? So yeah, man, I just felt like it's time to cut that off, man. Yeah, but you're right, man.
And another thing people don't really get there. There's a time and season for everything.
Yeah.
Knowing where you fit in that time or season, it does help a little bit. It takes the weight off because everybody's in this. All right, if I do this, I need it done. I need it executed. I need it to bring something in by within 2 months. Within the next week or so or whatever. But it doesn't work like that. Uh, we look at the LeBrons, the Kobe's, the Michael Jordans, the greatest athletes and entertainers and all this other stuff. They all had a starting point, and that starting point 9 times out of 10 is the bottom, the lowest of the bottoms.
Yeah.
Some had a more better footing in the game than others. Some started from literally nothing, and they have empires now. We see the formula happen right before us, but yet we think we better than them. Like, we haven't even trained yet, and we better than them. We gonna have a better start than they did. Like, what is that? What makes us think that just because we wanted more? They put in time and effort on their off days, in between classes. They working way harder than we working. We get off work and we like, dang, all right, I'm gonna get it tomorrow. I'm gonna rest up today, and I'm gonna wake up early, go to work early, so I can have enough time to put in an hour or two at my craft once I get off. These guys, they working on their craft at their job. They working on their craft on a lunch break, on a 30-minute break here and there and whatnot, and we can't even do that. Like,
Oh, I do that. I break away. I was told at work that I needed to be more social. It's like whenever my coworkers, they sit down, they had their little conversations with each other, I'm just like, all right, cool. I'm gonna see y'all later. And I just head over to my desk and start writing. And I was told that I need to be more social recently at work. And it was the weirdest thing. I was like, bro, I thought I was social enough.
The salesman not social enough. Okay, all right.
They don't be talking about nothing, bro.
And that's we preach that a lot. Getting into a environment where you're understood, because being in environments like that where you're completely the odd man out, it's nerve-wracking, bro. Like, me and Mac both worked at Amazon. It's a fake place. The English. It's a place full of dreamers, right? But most of those people there, the spark or dream has fizzled out, and they just be there, just working day after day.
I'm gonna say that joint full of wishers. I don't even think it's full of dreamers. Yeah, it was just a bunch of wishers.
Bunch of wishers, they wish for their dreams to just happen. And it blows my mind how many people that we talk to, that even that I've just met in life, that they were just entitled to something great. This is not even on like a whole race thing or anything like that. We don't even have to bring it. There's some minorities out here that just wake up and believe that they're entitled to greatness, that they don't got to work for it. They just, it's supposed to be handed to them, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, you haven't even networked. You haven't talked to nobody. You come in here, you don't even go hard for the team. You just another background character to help this little assembly line continue on. And first of all, if you're not gonna take a step back and at least, go home and start working on something for yourself, what are you gonna come in and work on somebody else's stuff for? If you ain't gonna do it for yourself first, what makes you think you're gonna come in here and do an even better job here? Like, you don't even got the foundation or the fundamentals to do it for yourself. So how you gonna do it for others?
Well, see, the problem with what you just said, that most people, they think that when they do it for their job, it is doing it for themselves.
Which is wild.
And it's insane, bro. Because it's like, I'm just like, bro, like, this, you are not your position. Like, you got a name outside of your position. Like, I don't understand why we doing this whole acting like it don't exist until we do it at work. Like, it's just strangest thing, man. Like, we talk about people who, like, there'll be people who go to like business development seminars and stuff, like, just for the sake of their job, take the same exact information from the seminar and come back and apply it to their job, but won't apply it to their real lives. And I'm like, yo, that it's the same information. Like, they talk about, doing your why and stuff, and you get home, get home and get a divorce. Like, how that work?
I mean, all right, so I give it to Jobs. I completely give it to him. I don't understand how they made society so delusional, but it works.
I mean,
People,
yeah,
if
go ahead.
if it's not broke, why fix it? Like that old
Yeah,
wheel is turning slow, but it's still turning. To this day, it's still turning, and it's been the same year after year after year. Uh, it, and I'm just like, don't nothing work. You can go to the 9 to 5, and literally each job you go to, it's the same complaint. It's the same talk. I seen recently it was a chart or something on how to maximize your PTO, right? How to maximize your days off. And you know the funny thing about that post was
what's up?
there wasn't no name, there wasn't no, all right, this is for this job, it's for all jobs. They're all the same.
Yeah,
You
yep,
get the same holidays off for each and every job. Some might be a little different. Some may add it, some may take some away.
yeah,
That chart didn't describe a name. It was just for all jobs. You take off this day, you get a whole week. You take off this day for this around this holiday, you get 4 days off, 5 days. What is that? What we playing checkers with a job with time off?
yeah, man. Oh man, I don't get it, man. But it's I don't think it's only but so much you can say to somebody who does that. Cause like, when you think about it, Mark, when Turk came to me about that whole situation, I cussed him out. Well, there's somebody right now working under that guy that he started that conversation with just like that. Said something just like that about the extracurricular activity outside of work, and they went for it.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. Like it's obviously people out here they need that. Like, you know, you need to have your ego stroke. You need to be in a position where, you know, you feel powerful right off the bat, and but not actually have any power to do nothing. Like, I don't know what it is, but you know, that's how I you know, describe that last job that I had where he pretty much told me that. But I don't know, man. Like I don't really have too many words for folks like that, man. But you know, I want to just encourage everybody, and I think Marcus probably said it already, man. But you know, focus on what you got going on, man. Because like at the end of the day, like you know, slide some time here and there, like you know, 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, bro. Like I found myself, bro. Like you know, back in the day when I first started writing at the universe, back when I was writing it on the iPod Touch, bro. I was going into the bathroom in the locker room and just chilling out in the back of the locker room, you know, while I was at drill, just writing. Yeah, man, you gotta be able to just be resourceful with the time that you got, man. Like I you know, I was supposed to be there. Like, you know, I'm not saying that I did, you know, the perfect thing or anything like that. I'm not saying that I ain't do wrong, but you know, find some ways to logically sneak your passion into your life, man. Get that thing knocked out, get that thing done, get the stuff printed out, man, and oof, get uh wow, man, words. Get the get whatever you got going on, man. Just make it happen in the meantime, in between time, and you know, chip away at it, you know, bit by bit.
Make it happen. Plain and simple.
Yeah,
Just make it happen. You know, there's not a lot of ways we can say that really, because it's that simple. Um, and it's so freeing. Uh, like Max said, when you're at the job, you're at the mercy of the job. You know,
right.
we sit here, we talk all day. Somebody can talk to you all day about how, oh, if the job does this, you know, I'm gone. They need me. Nah, bro, you literally just another
Right.
number. Literally, like every job I've been to, I have been bestowed a number. There's a number that's attached to me. That's my identification, no
And
matter
whether they say
where.
it or not.
Facts. And I'm like, yo, we just okay with this. Like it's so wild. It's so wild what we just kind of like just let fly under the radar. But
Yeah,
at a job, you're literally just another piece to the machine. Um,
yeah,
but when you're in your bag, you're in your own thing. You know, you make your own schedule, you make your own time, you make your own money for real. And sometimes it's always greater than what you expect it to be. Like think on one of these episodes, I think we talked about um Keith Lee, how he blessed a he
mother
blessed a guy in a
effing
food
Keith
truck.
Lee.
Yeah. He blessed a
Mother
food
basking his
truck
glory,
person.
Keith Lee.
Bas- what you mean? The food critic guy. The food critic that's not a food critic.
Man, I thought you were talking about the wrestler Keith Lee.
Oh no. Well, I mean, he did MMA. Or
Nah, this nah.
was it wrestling?
I'm talking about on AEW. Goddamn, Keith Lee used to wrestle for WWE. Nah, we talking about
Oh no.
different people. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
think Keith Lee did the MMA. Not the Keith Lee I'm talking about.
Oh no. The one I'm talking about, he did. He was a MMA fighter before he did
No, you talking about an Asian guy, right?
No, I ain't talking about Asian guy. This black guy.
Heavy set dude?
Nah, he ain't heavy set. He pretty slim.
Nah, yeah, we talking about different people.
But
Yeah,
like I was saying,
yeah.
when
Go ahead.
people see you in your bag and they seeing you do all these great things, they always want to bless the person that's winning. They don't want to bless the person that's down on their luck, just begging for handouts or something. People actually want to see people try and succeed. When you go the extra mile for somebody, people want to go the extra mile for you. Like that's the easiest formula I can explain it to. It's not that hard. It's literally just, all right, I mastered this skill. Let me
Yeah.
do this for somebody else that can't do this thing that I'm just so great at. Let me play this song for someone that doesn't know the rhythm, the instrumentation of how it's supposed to be, and let me kill it, and they bless me in return for way more than I expected. Just doing what you love, you get way more than you expected. It's always that simple.
Or get something where you're not even expecting it.
That too. Sometimes you do things for free and you just
that's the best ones right there. Or you turn down some money and then more opportunity come back at you just because you didn't complain.
had that happen a lot.
So I want to talk about Iron Titan for a bit.
Okay.
Just because there was something that happened to me recently, a few days ago, and I was just like, I was pissed, bruh. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like it ran my blood hot. And not to a point where like I was just angry, but I got to a point where I was just like I was about to shut down, like mentally, physically. Like it was just like, yo, like I can't believe that just happened the way it did. And I'm at work doing my thing, and some dude come up in there, and he's talking to my manager about this bike night that he's hosting or whatever the case is, and all this other stuff that he got coming up. He handing out business cards and all this other stuff like that, and he leaves the cards with my manager, and I'm just sitting there listening to the conversation. I'm just thinking in the back of my mind, like, yo, ain't no way this ain't happening, right? Like this dude, he just spitting game right now, right? They're not really having this conversation. No, they can't be. So, the dude leave, and he left my manager the cards or whatever. I don't know. Like I walked away from it, but someone just told me like, yo, just speak up for yourself, bro, because this something ain't right. So I turned back around. I was like, yo, you already got a moto vlogger that work here. Like, what are you doing? Like what is that? What is that all about? Like are we really entertaining that? He said, "No, man, I know, I remember you got a moto vlog, man. Yeah, of course, man. We actually gonna start doing some stuff around here, man, because they gave me access to." And, he started talking about all this other stuff like that. This like the Facebook page and the company Facebook page, the YouTube channel, and all that other stuff like that. So I'm just like, all right, man, whatever, man. So I'm thinking it was just like the conversation that we had when I first started. And, I thought we were just like just having that little powwow and just going like that. And then, the next day, um, I come back from my lunch break, and my man is coming. He hounded me down, telling me that he got an opportunity for me. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, okay, bet. All right, we can turn this to a boss of false as well. Like, just let's go there. But he said, "Yeah, man, I got this opportunity for you. We're doing something. We're trying something out. Um, and I want you to be a part of it because you're like, I know you got the YouTube channel, and I know you're doing stuff on YouTube and on social media, and you're one of our guys that's pretty knowledgeable on some of the brands that we got here. So I want you to be a part of it. In the back of my mind, I'm getting hyped up. I'm thinking that, okay, all right, this is if there was any other sign that I needed to start doing moto vlogs again, this is the one. This is the one right here. Like, I'm just like, I got it all in the back of my mind. Like, okay, yeah. I can do this. I can do that. I can do this. I can do that. Then he says, I'm going to introduce you to this guy here. And he's doing a moto vlog on one of our bikes. And I want you to be our spokesperson.
Oh. Oh. If y'all didn't catch that, simplified, Mac just got a big spit to the face. That's so crazy because they have somebody that can do all that. It's just the moto vlog, got their own bike. They ain't got to land out a bike and nothing like that. But yet they seek this outside source, knowing they already got something in house that has value. They going with old Joe down the block.
Now, here the part that really got under my skin was that he introduced me to the guy. I actually know the dude.
Come on.
Yeah, I've been knowing this guy for years, bro. I didn't even know he was doing a YouTube channel. So I don't blame him at all. He just getting his hustle on. I remember this man from back when I was we met each other working at Walmart distribution. And he had his whole thing going on back then. He was starting to group up and everything like that, just doing some things. I always admired his drive. He just had a way of I don't know. I don't know. Everything looked weird at the beginning. Like I like I don't know. I don't know the best way to put it. Like I guess we just kind of lost touch or whatever. I stopped working there. Apparently he still worked there. Got like the cushiest job ever. Worked 3 days a week, just sitting down, chilling for the most part. Maybe walk around the building once or twice. He pretty much got the security job there. But yeah, he worked 3 days a week, and when he off, he working on his channel. And the man got 6,000 subscribers on his joint. So like he doing good, been doing it for the last 5 years. He doing real good for himself. So, I ain't hating on him at all, but like the circumstances started to be real evident to me, like I was like, yo, I lost the ability to do my channel because I started working here. I lost the ability to do it. Like I don't get the opportunity to do that. I ride to work and I ride home. That's literally the only time I get. Otherwise, I'm gonna mess around and lose my relationship over this shit. And I wasn't really willing to do that. So I had to make a choice. this man, he get to he get to do his stuff 4 days a week. So, man, and I'm just mad because my manager, he was like, yeah, so here's how this is gonna work. We're gonna do this for you, you're gonna do this for us, we're gonna do this for you, and you're gonna get this and you can get that. He's making all these promises. I'm like, yeah, man, yeah, that sounds good, man. Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you for the opportunity. I'm just like, and I'm just thinking in the back of my mind, like, man, not again.
If that ain't the prime example, if that's not the backbone, the bane of what we're trying to get people to understand about this podcast, life in general, that you're not in your bag. You're not putting in that time in your bag, in your craft. You either gonna have a situation like the guy Mac just explained, or you gonna be in situation like exactly. You gonna it's only those two guys in this world. It's only those two scenarios in this world.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
if you're not focused on your craft, you gonna end up like the latter. You gonna end up training or explaining or being the guide for the person that's doing what you love. You gonna be in the crowd watching that guy ride and record himself on the bike that you want to ride while you're sitting at your desk, just watching him go. Yeah. So get in your bag, people. Get in your craft. Because if you don't, you're gonna forever be on the sidelines. You ain't gonna even be in the game. You're not gonna even be a part of the game. Like the thing about being a part of the game is at least you're in there, you're enjoying it. You might not come out with each game as a win, but at least you in there, you're participating, you have a chance to be the MVP. You have the chance to just experience great things. And people get stuck and are just happy with being on the sidelines. And it's wild. It's so crazy. Cause like if it wasn't you, Mac, I believe that if it was just, the run of the mill person that's like, all right, I'm gonna be the spokesperson for this job, they gonna talk that man head off about, oh man, I used to ride bikes and all this other stuff, man. If you want any information about any bike out here, man, I got you, man. I got you. Calling them bro and all this other stuff. Oh man, I used to do what you do all the time. Key point: used to. You're not doing it now. You up in here.
Yeah, I didn't bring it up. It didn't come up in conversation. Like my boss, he told him, he was like, yeah, so this is my guy AJ. He does moto vlogs too. Like I didn't even bring it up. Like I was just like, okay. I thought I didn't think I was here for that. I thought I was here to be the spokesperson. Like, I didn't think we were here to talk about me being on a moto vlog. It didn't come up in conversation because I brought it up, and I didn't talk about it after that either because it wasn't important, bruh. Like at that point, I had already lost. Like you don't get a do over. Championship is already already going to the other team, bro. Like the trophy is walking away. Like there's no do over here. So it was no point in me even bringing it up to my man. Like I could have been like bitter towards the situation, and I could have been angry, and did whatever, man. But at the end of the day, it's like, why even bother? Why even bother being getting upset about it? Why even bother making a scene about it? Like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, especially to me. It doesn't matter to me because that's not even my. It's not even. It shouldn't have been my role in the first place.
Mm. I feel that. Yeah. It, so, all right. Would you say that?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really know how to work. Well, I mean, I kind of do. Would you say that that's something that's not a part of your bag? Like that's not your thing completely, or that's just something you would want to do in like when you've made it to success? Because
Yeah, it's definitely something that I want to do as a when it's not so much of a liability.
gotcha.
So like right now, like it just doesn't make sense. Like, we're talking about luxury items here. Like we're not talking about something that anybody needs. And no matter how much people need transportation, a motorcycle is hardly ever in any circumstance a mode like first mode of transportation. Like it's usually people's second option because they got multiple vehicles. So like it's hard to do something like that and make a living off of it. Like this guy, I'm sure like with his situation, he's hosting bike nights every once a month and all this other stuff like that. So I'm sure it's a little different for him, but for me, like I'm a new YouTuber. I just started. It's hard for me to it's hard for me to to make it make sense. Like logistically, it's hard for me to make sense. So make sense of everything. So, I would love to get back into it one day when, I got everything all lined up and figured out, when the eighth universe maybe is autonomous and it can kind of do its own thing and I finally hire a CEO or something like that. But right now, man, it's just when you at the bottom, bro, it just don't make sense but to do nothing but focus on the thing that is going to get you to the top. And I didn't think that the Iron Titan channel was going to get me to the top, not the way I want to get to the top.
and I'm glad you explained it like that because that's what I was trying to get at. I was trying to get you to word it to where it's like there's a there's a legit process for everything. Uh, yeah, Iron Titan for you is something you want to do. There might be something out there that somebody wants to do, but it's not their time yet for that thing to
Yeah.
get done because they're right now they're in the trenches. They're going through whatever they need to go through to get to that bag, be successful in that bag, to make their bag make 10 times as much as they put into it. It's not to say that you won't ever get to that point to do what you love or get to do your secret hobby, but you need to take a step back, actually figure out which talent you have that when you focus on it is going to get you to that level of success that you want. Because prime
Yeah.
example is Steve Harvey. He
Prime example. Yeah.
started out at the bottom, bare bottom, making jokes. Now this man, TV shows, movies, radio stations, he just what he got his own network, net 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 something. No, I mean I guess the radio would be
Um
kind of like the network.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, his own radio show. I mean, but I don't know about network.
Okay. So he ain't out here like Oprah got her own channel, own BET, all this other stuff like that.
Nah.
Okay. But you know, it's just his success. He was able to branch out and do more and more things that you ain't really expect him to do. I mean, he just wanted to do it, and he was able to wake up one day and do it. So, if you want to get to a point to where there's nothing out of your reach, just figure out the one thing you need to do to start building your empire that stretches across multiple lands, multiple streams of whatever you want to do, and just enjoy life for
Yeah. So to elaborate on what you just said, like, you know, the way they put it, because somebody used Steve Harvey as an example too. Like, Steve Harvey got multiple things going on, multiple streams of income, but Steve Harvey didn't go for those multiple streams of income right out the bat. He didn't seek out to be, the radio show host. He didn't seek out to be the talk show host. The host of Family Feud, and the guy that's on Judge Steve. He didn't do all of that at the same time. Just like straight up, like, okay, well, these are the things that I'm reaching for. He started off as a comedian. He, like Marcus said, he started off telling jokes, standing on stage doing stand up. Like, that's all he was doing. And those things led into opportunities. Stand up led him into the opportunity. And then he was telling jokes on TV. He was telling jokes on the Steve Harvey the Steve Harvey sitcom that he had back in the day. And most people don't even remember that. But that was where his start was when he did the Steve Harvey sitcom. I love that show, man. I watched that joint faithfully. I even though I was a little young buck and probably was too young for it, but it never came out to be one of the classics. But that shit went on for like three or four seasons, and like people just pretty much forgot that Steve Harvey was on a sitcom. So he started there. And those jokes that he was telling went from there to the radio. And after the Kings of Comedy thing landed, he was doing the radio for years, man. Like he was already doing the radio when Kings of Comedy came out. And the same jokes that he was telling on stage, he took that same funny to the radio, and then the radio opened opportunities for him. Then it was the talk show, and then it was the Judge Steve. Then it was Family Feud. But from the time that he started, he was telling jokes, and till this day right now, Steve Harvey is telling jokes. That's what he does. He tells jokes. But now he got all of his ducks lined up. He got everything working for him. He got all of his businesses are lined up off of one business, telling jokes. He started at telling jokes. He's ending at telling jokes. And he's still telling jokes, and he's still having fun doing it. And he says it every day on his radio show. So, man, how long we been on, Mark?
We can start wrapping up. We about to hit 2 minutes from now.
Yeah, man, bruh. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Like after the situation happened to me, bruh, I was like, you know what? I am going back into Iron Titan. I am. I felt some type of way off of that. My ego got checked a little bit, and I was just like, man, I'm getting back on it. I'm getting back on the Titan, bro, and I'm recording. And I don't even care. I don't even care. Like I got to a point where I was like, yo, I don't even care if the joint don't even get no views. I just need to make the content. I need to just be there. I just need to be in the environment. I need to be in the the conversation when people had this conversation. Because ain't nobody about to sit up here and tell me that some dude that just because he got something going on already, he just about to step over me and push me to the side. Like I was on some ego stuff, and bruh, I really had to sit down myself. Like, yo, you need to relax. You really do need to relax, bro. Like, this is not your time. This is not your thing. Like, just let it go.
Yeah, that's real. That some people have to come to that realization that it may hurt. It sure does hurt because it's something
Bro,
you're
it's still
passionate
under my
about.
skin.
It's something you're passionate about. It's something you feel deeply. It's almost like, you know, you feel, or no. It's something you're good at, and somebody's telling you, oh, you ain't
Move to the side.
as yeah.
Let him do his thing.
Like this person does this, and you're like, but I do it too. I do the exact same thing. No. But not like this person. This person done put in.
They do it. Like they live this shit. You just you visiting. Let them do their thing.
It is definitely a hit to anyone's ego, because it's like it's almost saying you're not good enough. Basically, that's how.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's saying. It doesn't. It's not any other. There's no other way of no sugarcoating it, bro.
Right.
You straight up like you're not good enough, but he is.
Like I said, we just trying to get people to understand that you don't go 150% for your bag, you gonna go negative 100% for anything else you do. Like it's not going. If you try to do anything else outside of your bag, it's just gonna do more harm than do. Yeah, it's gonna do more harm than good. So just like we've been saying, get into your bag, focus on it, make sure you become a complete master at it. You dominate that thing. You become the best of the best. So people don't look over you when it comes to doing what you do best. People look at you in awe. People look towards you to be taught, to level up, instead of stepping over up over you. They come to you to level up. So this is what we're trying to get y'all to understand.
You finished?
Yeah. We wrap.
All right. So I wanted to be understood, like, for real. If you're not going 100% on something, it's gonna show when the real person who come up next to you who actually do 100% at it. Cat Williams said when the Chrysler 300 first came out, everybody thought it was a Phantom until an actual Phantom pulled up. And then them motherfuckers was like, oh man, damn. You out here perpetrating. So if you're not putting your 100% into it, you're not putting your all into it, there's always going to be somebody who's putting more into it than you are. There's always going to be somebody who's putting their all into it, their 100%, their livelihood, their blood, sweat, and tears into it. There's always going to be somebody doing just a little bit more than you. If you're not putting 100% in, you can't be mad when the person come through and they doing 75. If you doing 25 and they doing better than you can't be mad. They put in extra effort, but you can put in the same effort too. Like, for real. If it's not your thing, find the thing that you're supposed to be doing. Get out of the thing that you're not supposed to be doing and find the thing that you're supposed to be doing, man. Make it happen on your terms and do it at 100%. Because if you don't do what you love at 100%, and then somebody else, bruh, for real, like somebody gonna come along and they're gonna outdo you. Like that's just the law of nature. There's always gonna be somebody better at what you do than you are. Like that's that's beside the point. But the thing that I'm trying to tell you is that, you don't have to be left behind. You don't have to end up with this feeling, the feeling that I'm feeling right now. Like I'm pissed. Like I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm pissed. But I don't even have the right to be pissed because I was only putting 25% in it, y'all. It was something that I was only putting 25% in it. And now that I'm working this job, I don't even put nothing into it. Bruh, I haven't even recorded a video. I already gave up on it. I don't even have a right to be pissed. But you understand the principle of what I'm telling you. And things like this are happening to people all over the world. Can you imagine being at your job and doing something better than the person next to you, but the person next to you get a promotion? That's happening to people all the time. It just happened to my wife. Bruh. Focus on the thing that you're supposed to be doing, bruh. Get out of whatever you need to do to get out of your job, to focus on what you need to focus on, make it happen. Whatever you need to do to get away from those people that you're dealing with that's keeping you from doing the things that you're supposed to do, make it happen. Because at the end of the day, when the chips all fall down and you come up against a person who doing 100% at it, how much effort you trying to be putting into it? You trying to be putting up 50 to their 100, or you trying to put up 100 for 100 and go blow for blow? Because there's no way you gonna take out the person who was doing 100% at something and you only doing 25. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. And you're gonna need to be at 100 in order to match their energy. I ain't got the space to be battling my man. I ain't got it. I ain't got no beef with him or nothing. But it is what it is. I put myself in this position, in this scenario, and at the time, I'm currently seeing people who at one point we were in the same environment. People, even authors that I know, we were in the same environment, we were in the same circle, and now they have surpassed me because they focused on what they were supposed to be focused on. So I'm not telling you this out of theory. I ain't just read some book and I thought it sounded cool, so we came back to the podcast and we started putting it in the podcast. No, this is experience that I'm telling you. Focus on what's important, because if you don't focus on what's important, you're going to lose sight of where you were going in life. You're going to lose sight of your destination. You walking through the sand. You walking backwards through the sand, and watching your path get taken away by the tide. Somebody come and say, I give you $1 million to take those same exact steps forward. What you gonna do?
Whew. But all right. All righty, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Dirty Trunk Podcast, where the elephant is always welcome. It's me, your boy Marcus Morton. I always say with me is the AJ McMullen. And before we go, please trample over that like and subscribe button. We do this for y'all because we love y'all, and we just want to give y'all the motivation to be better than y'all were yesterday. And always remember that those who shy away from addressing the elephant in the room are doomed to be crushed by the weight of it.
I feel y'all. I feel it. I got crushed. I feel it. Peace. Love y'all. See y'all next week.